Hey, y'all, welcome to my podcast, Let's Get Spiritual. I'm your host, Rachel Lauren Stone. I believe the most important of our sole purpose is to implement and share our gifts with the world. So I'm ready to share. For the very first topic, I would love to talk about intuition. I am obsessed with spiritual and personal growth. I love intuition. I love talking about intuition. I love reading about intuition. I love studying intuition. I would love to just have a conversation about intuition and what that has looked like for me and in and through my life, and what ways that I take action to reconnect with my intuition. So, the first way that I like to practice kind of getting in tune is taking time to meditate. Meditation has become such a vital part of my day. I generally meditate every single morning, even if it's just for 3 minutes or 5 minutes. Hey, Finn. Finn has decided to join us. But finding that time to just like quiet the mind and just be present, maybe listen to a guided meditation. I love Jay Shetty. But yeah, just taking the time to, spend that intentional time meditating and honoring myself and that time and space. The second way that I like to connect to my intuition is by journaling. So this is so helpful for me in the sense of like being able to free write. I also love like having the journal prompts. So if there's specific questions, then I can kind of lean into that and allow my intuition to just kind of guide my hand on the paper and listen to what my body and mind and soul are, calling out to me. The third thing that I love to do is spend time in nature. So I don't know about you, but I love walking outside. I walk Finn just about every day. We love to see the animals and the squirrels and butterflies, and I love the smell of the grass and the fresh air, and kind of like just taking that time to leave the phone behind, maybe put on a podcast if I take the phone with me, but like setting an intention around kind of having the meditative practice of the walk. I love it. It feels good. It's like calls to my soul. Let me know if you relate. The fourth way that I love to connect to my own intuition is just taking the time each day to act intuitively. So for me, this was like sort of challenging in the sense of my background is just to be so rigid and so routine and so, you don't veer off of the consistency path. But with too much consistency is rigidity. So I have been practicing and learning how to just intuitively move throughout the day. Like, what does my body need? Does my body need food now? Do I need an extra walk? Do I need to do yoga today? Do I need Pilates? Do I need a rest day? Like, what do I need? And not just listening to what I need, but then actually following it up and, allowing myself to do that with free of guilt, free of shame, anything that feels good to you. Pull a card, Maybe you use oracle cards or tarot cards. Anything that feels good, to you, that you can just feel a nudge to go do. The fifth way that I would say that I connect to my own intuition is to really follow my gut. So we all know the saying, listen to your gut, or, oh my gosh, I had a gut feeling, or I knew that in my gut. Well, we say this because it's actually true. If you have a gut feeling or go with your gut, it's not going to lead you wrong. Your intuition is always going to nudge you in the direction that you need to go. Sometimes we don't listen, and that is so challenging. But yeah, follow your gut. The sixth thing that I like to do, and that has been super, super helpful for me, is taking a body scan, or even moving your body. So maybe you just take a break and scan your body. Where do you feel tightness? Where do you feel, flow and ease? What does your body feel like, and what does it need from you? Or maybe with moving your body, maybe you feel like you need to do some Kundalini breath work, or maybe you intuitively feel like, man, I really need to go on a walk and just kind of move and get the body moving. I sort of say that to my husband all the time. I'm like, I just need to go move. I need to go for a walk. I need to go walk. And so I know that that's my intuition, leading me and showing me what I need to do, to be showing up as my best self. The seventh way of connecting to your intuition is to just take a break from social media. I know it's so easy to just kind of aimlessly and mindlessly scroll, or choose that for, taking your break, or, okay, you've got 10 minutes. Okay, I'll just scroll. But actually taking a break from the social media so that you can get back, to the basics, and get back in touch with your body and with your own self, and not be leaning into the social media, I think is huge. I love to just put my phone away or put it on Do Not Disturb. I don't really have any notifications on, so I'm not constantly, checking, oh, this person text, or, oh, I've got an email. I don't know until I know. So yeah, I love to do that. I think it's so helpful. The eighth way that I like to practice connecting with my intuition is even just asking my intuition a question. So I might ask a question, and then I'll just sit with it and see what comes up. Maybe nothing comes up, and that's okay too. But, maybe I journal on what comes up, and maybe a lot of stuff comes up, and I'm like, oh my gosh, okay, well, that makes sense. But just mentally or writing it down, asking yourself a question, and then just listening and seeing what comes up for you. And those are the ways that I enjoy reconnecting to my intuition. I don't know what your story looks like, but I definitely have been connected to my intuition, obviously as a child, and was super in tune and very kind of sensitive and just very in touch with things. And then it's you go through this stage, you grow up, things, and environment and people and things kind of dampen your connection to, your own internal compass and your intuition. And then thank goodness for, the spiritual awakening that I personally had, and the opportunity to reconnect and to revisit that, and to see the importance and how awesome it is when you're so confident in your own intuition and in your power to make your own decisions, and to listen to yourself, and to not have to have the external validation and the validation from other people. I know now what my intuition is telling me. I mean, sometimes I don't listen, but I still know. And just to be able to tap into that literally every day, multiple times a day. I try to stay connected because it is not gonna not steer me in the right direction. It's my guides and spirit and my intuition only want the best for me, and for me to, live my highest self and to be my best self and to experience, a good life. And so I love that I now have this connection and this tool that I can use every single day. It's not dependent on somebody else or a doctor or a partner or anything. I can do this for myself and can tap into this within myself. And I think that is the most beautiful thing about intuition, that we all have one, and that we all can use it, and that we can all, practice it and tap into it at any point, at any time, during any day. So I just love it. And I guess that kind of sums it up for the first episode. If you've made it this far, I just want to say thank you for listening, and to express my gratitude for following this episode of Let's Get Spiritual. I am on Instagram. You can find me at Rachel Lauren Stone, and my website is rachellaurenstone.com. Follow me on here, subscribe to my podcast. I would love to connect. You can DM me on Instagram. I am taking bookings for medium readings and sound healing sessions. So let's connect, and I'll see you on the next episode.